Alright. So, last time we solved alien glyphs. I see, coming up, apparently we're going to be doing a second one like that. So that's interesting. But before that, let's go to Black Holes by Siegfried. Alright, what have you got for me today? Beware, black holes. Ah, I do in fact see the black holes. There are space tiles here, but there are also pits, including pits to the sides, and Shogun stones? Interesting. It appears that those are primarily just for decoration. I guess, like, not sure what the astronomy term is, but something. But this looks like a relatively simple puzzle. I'll go ahead and restart, actually. So, it appears the main difficulty might just be from bouncing where the stars are. There aren't any easy bridges to the sides, actually, is the main thing. So, okay, so that's where the difficulty lies. I don't know how I ended up here, but I don't like it. I keep finding fascinating places to end up. Yeah, I don't want to be in any of those, like, middle places. Well, let's get a match. There we go, there's a match. Let's go ahead and hit a red there. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit difficult. Are there walls up here? There are. Okay, that's actually a much more reasonable way to get a bounce than trying to go off of the oxide stones. So using this knowledge, let's see if we don't have a better time on this attempt. So there's red and green. There's a blue. That's a reset. Okay. So back here, I haven't actually checked if all of the oxides are like the same color. Let's go ahead and hit a green. What color is this one? Green. That's good. Alright. I think we might be close to getting it, actually. Alright, level finished. That was pretty nice. Simple. When gravity falls, or fails, by Nat Price. So, there's a gravity force acting on me here. It's primarily... It's entirely left-facing, so that's good to know. So, blue oxide. The corner bounces are actually making things a little bit difficult for me here. Oh, wait a minute. My direction has changed. So now gravity is... Oh, gravity is rotating. I see. And presumably I'm about to begin sliding down completely automatically with no input from my hands. Yes, that appears to be the case. So now we have a diagonal downward sort of force. So blue and green. And we've got a little maze here too. So that's fun. So blue and green. Let's get a read on gravity right now. So that's what our gravity looks like right now. And we've got a red. Okay. And we've got a maze here too. I think Nat likes to use mazes in their levels. Alright, so we got an upward force now. Alright, so there's a match. It's better than nothing. Presumably, this next one we're about to hit will be... Alright. blue-green or green-blue? I actually forget. It looks like there's no mazes that way, so that's fun. Gotta remember which way to go here. Actually, hold on. I didn't notice that we've missed a stone. Presumably there's a yellow in this puzzle. Okay, so that's what to make of that. I think I was saying green-blue. I hope I was, at least. Okay, it was blue-green. Instead of chancing a blue match with unknown information, I think I will try to just get the green match and then go back. So I know the way there now. Just looks a little bit something like this. There's always a little bit of danger when we're going in and out to hit the oxids. Alright, so that's the direction I'm facing right now. Alright, managed to squeeze back in. Let's try to hit the unknown stone here and ascertain its value. If it's a blue, then we're in luck. It's a yellow. Okay. Well, we still got 2 unknowns left to ascertain. And they're all around the long way, so that's fun. So let's go over here. I'm sure this is going to be a very interesting one to get the par time on. I'm sure this maze is actually random. Alright, blue, that's alright. Alright, get a feel for the gravity. Alright. Doing pretty good. Not going to use a death warp to save myself any time, just because there is always the danger of missing the target, like that. And I guess we'll see pretty soon whether or not the maze is actually randomly generated or not. So now we're going that way. And I died. Fun. Well, let's get a... Yeah, it is random. Alright. So be it. Well. Looks like this is a viable way down here. So we've got red and blue. A little bit of gunk went on my mouse pad. Had to lose control for a bit. Actually had to do that again. So red and blue. And a green. And yellow. Okay, wow. Red, blue, green, yellow. Might as well remember it. But we're gonna have to do a lot of crossover, it seems. Alright, which one is this one? That's the blue. Alright, well, let's hit the blue then. And die. Alright, and die again. Alright, so this one might be a time taker. Was that green, yellow, blue, or yellow, green, blue? I already forgot. Alright, let's hope we matched a green at least. I feel like green was the top one. Alright. Nice hit. Alright, let's check this bottom corner one. Just in case we get lucky and get a match. Alright, we got lucky. That's nice. So, 2 reds on this side. So I guess we'll be working on matching those next. Alright. Blue coming right up. Yeah, getting the par time on this seems like it's going to be a nightmare. Depends on what the par time is, but I sort of doubt that I'm going fast enough to actually get it. Alright, so now literally all we gotta do is match the 2 over there. Hopefully we don't die in the process. Alright, level finished. That's acceptable. Before getting to that, let me just check. Off by 25 seconds. That's unfortunate, but honestly, it's not that bad. Definitely luck-based, but acceptable. So, Alien Glyphs 2. Yep, as I figured. So we've got stone, glass, yellow, 2 stones, wood, yellow glass. Huh. This is an interesting thing. And pray tell, what does this do? It seems like it is a combination of different things. So I guess we're going to be observing this maybe column by column and flipping a switch for whichever ones we think have some sort of condition. I'm not sure. I do notice that it extends upwards primarily, but also downwards. But only ever seemingly once. So we've got a stone, then glass. It seems there's always glass on every second row. 2, 4, 6, 8. Not here. That rule is broken here. Interesting. Good to know. There are certainly a lot of different things. Like, let's see if there's any, doesn't look like there's any structures here which match with what I see on the left. Huh. Well, let's do a routine secret check while we're at it. Alright, so definitely got a lot less to work with here compared to the first one. It definitely seems to be just intuiting the rules of this sequence of sorts. Interesting. I'm not sure if there's going to be much point in drawing out a map for this, because it's already pretty plain to see. Like, if we do interpret this as like a whole sequence, then there are anomalies, like these two here. Excuse me. And there's a 2 wood here, and a 2 wood here. I'm not sure if that's actually wood. Maybe it's just dirt. Let's call it brown. And this is gray. We'll call this blue. So stone, glass, yellow. Let's look for where stone appears. Stone only ever appears on the bottom, but then right here, these are also the 2 instances of glass and yellow appearing on the bottom. But mostly everything's centered around this row. Huh. Okay, I do see there is a match here. Like, let's say maybe it's just purely in terms of matches. Then let's hit that. Let's look for 2 brown with a glass on top. Doesn't look like there's any structures which match that description. Let's actually focus on the glass here. So there's 5 glass, and then quite a while down there's 4 glass. And then a little bit shorter is 3 glass, then 2, then 1. So 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Okay, so we have an idea of what the glass represents. They represent different powers of 2, so that's good. And presumably, it's possible that this stone represents 1. Now what the yellow represents is a little bit more unclear to me. Like 1, 2, 3. Let's say the stone represents 3. Then 5 is the next one, which is interesting. Or actually, hold on, I just noticed there's 2 different types of brown. I hadn't been looking at my screen very close. It took me a bit to realize that these 2 actually have different textures. And I'm also starting to realize something else. I'm wondering if this might be like a prime factorization type of thing. So 1, 2, 3, 2 times 2, 5, 3 times 2, 7, 2 cubed, 3 times 3. I think that might be what this is. Okay. So I think I've got an idea of what's going on here. Then this is 5 times 2. That makes sense. Then 11. Yep. Then here's the first real anomaly, is the presence of the stone down here. But this, at least, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So blue is 11. Then 12 is equal to 3 times 2 times 2, which makes sense. Then 13, normally I would think that would get its own square, but apparently this has been marked as the previous one plus a stone. So I'm going to assume that the bottom row is like a +1 of sorts. Then 14 is 7 times 2. 15 is 3 times 5, yep. Then, yeah, this is this +1. This is this +1. Then that, then that, then that. Okay, then that +1. So far, everything seems to be following a pattern. Then that. All right, let's potentially skip ahead a bit to the next real anomalies, which are this. So what is this value? If this is 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. So let's look at the ones above it. What is that value? They're all this value, +1, +2, +3. Then back to factorization. Okay. And to remind myself, this is 5. So that's 5 times 8. So this is 40 right here. So that leaves us with this table of things. I think I might want to not necessarily pull out paint, although it might be faster to use paint. I'll go ahead and pull out paint. I'll go ahead and switch the scene real quick. Not sure I'll need to do a lot here, but hear my fan whirring because I've booted up a program that is causing it to increase the processing load. Still getting things set up, but you've seen how I've done this in the last episode. So, back to the scene. That was actually not a good idea. I should have switched to the paint scene. Let's bring that back to Enigma. Just to make sure this still works. Okay, that still works as intended. Okay, so paint. So we've got our paint scene. You were able to see the bottom of my taskbar. I hope it was very enlightening. So let me just move some windows out of the way. Make space like last time. So it ends at 40. And you're not seeing the game right now, but next up is 3 times 2 to the 4th, which is 48. So we've got 48. Then the next one is 5 times 5 times 2. That's 50. Then the next one is 5 times 3 times 3 plus 1. So that would be 5 times 9 is 45, plus 1 is 46. Alright, so we've got a 46 in here. Then after that, we've got, which one was this? 7, I think. 7 times 3 times 2. So 7 times 6, which is 42. Then after that, we've got, looks like 5 times 8, so that's 40, plus 1 is 41. Okay, so I think the goal might be that I hit the switches in a specific order. So I'll go ahead and write these down. Again, you're still not seeing the game, but you're seeing the numbers as I'm transcribing them, and they all follow the pattern, so I'm pretty sure I know what they all equal. Then next up we've got 5 times 9, so that's just 45. Then next we've got 7 times 7, so that's 49. Then we've got 7 times 6 plus 1, so that's 43. Then next we've got blue times 4, and blue was 11, so that's 44, should have figured. And then we've got, could probably use process of elimination, but I'll just still hand calculate it. So this is 5 times 9 plus 2, so that's 47. Okay. So we've got those numbers written down. Let's go back to Enigma. Going to move paint out of the way. Also going to get the game adjusted. Hope that this is showing up on the screen. Yep. Go ahead and do that again just to make sure. Alright, so let's restart. So my guess is I just hit these in order, which looks like 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, this is 47, then 48, 49, and 50. So if we go back, then it's open. Okay, so we solved it and got the part time. Alright, cool. I think I'm good for today, and this is a repeat, so we don't have to play it again. So that was a cool puzzle. Seemed daunting at first, but as soon as I realized what was going on, I think using the powers of 2 as markers was what made it all click for me. So that was another cool little cryptic puzzle. I think I'll leave it at that. It'll be a short episode, but I think that's about as much juice as I had. So see you next time.